Yo, halo, halo, halo. Halo, tes, tes. Masuk tidak ini? Halo, 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 halo. Cek, satu, dua. Sebentar, sabar. Tes dahulu ya. Sebentar, ini cek dahulu ini. Suaraku masuk tidak ini ke dalam game? Ke dalam game, ke dalam videonya. Halo, halo, halo. Halo, testing. Testing, 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 testing. Bakso goreng. Halo, halo. Halo, tes, tes. Halo. Halo, halo, halo. Oke. Semoga suaranya masuk ya. Nah, ini harus aku setting lagi ini. Ya, sebentar, kecilkan dulu suara sedikit. Nah, oke, mohon maaf ya, ini sekarang kita akan lanjutkan lagi cerita kita ya. Sebelumnya itu beberapa hari yang lalu itu aneh grinding yo, ya grinding, dan kita akan lanjutkan lagi questnya, quest Meru. Ya, saatnya kita lanjutkan lagi. Terakhir kali itu kita terbebas dari mimpi. Nah, setelah selesai dari mimpi itu sebelumnya aneh grinding dahulu lah. Ya, kayak dan ya lihat kita ini dari levelnya ya oke lah. Weapon senjatanya ya itu saja semuanya. Ya hanya ini saja, belum semuanya ini. Hero damage ini bagus ini sebenarnya. Saya naikkan dahulu. Nah, bagus. Nah ini hitar. Ini mention dahulu. Nah, biar sakit. Ini elektron. Dahulu mana yang petir? Setahu ada yang petir dia. Nah, ini ada yang rendah ini. Nah, cek. Oke. Retreat. Nah, sembarangan boy. Oke, sudah. Oke, kita akan lanjutkan ya ceritanya. Oke, let's go. Kita akan memulai ceritanya. Kita akan lanjutkan storynya. Ini mohon maaf ya, ini suaraku tidak masuk ya. Ini seharusnya aku setting dahulu ini, tapi sayangnya ini aku tekan setting tak bisa-bisa, ini sudah aku tekan. Oke, kita langsung saja ya. Lanjutkan ceritanya. Dan ya, hehehe, mak. Oke, langsung saja kita akan mulai. Let's go. Sebentar aku kecilkan suaranya ya. Nah, suaranya ya sedikit naikkan. Saya cukup lah. Oke, langsung let's go.
You're actually Nishida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Cather was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival. And Dunyarzad, did you save her? It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened.
Okay.
Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the traveler's favorite bench?
Nahida. Ngoing. Coba sih kita lihat dulu keadaan NPC ini, asik NPC. Sedikit kurang ngajar ini. Tapi oke lah.
What's going on? Why are you two so excited to see me? Hasn't it only been a night?
It's actually been much longer than that.
Oh? Strange. Was I really asleep that long?
Sama ya.
What's going on?
It's actually...
Oh?
Oke, sama saja dialognya. Kira ada yang berbeda. Wah, selamat pagi dunia tipu-tipu, maksudku dunia yang indah. Oke, let's go. Mati ini boy, biar cepat boy. Let's go boy. Ada tukang bakso, boy. Tukang bakso. Sebentar yo.
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's alright. After we parted on the last day of the Observers Festival, I left the city and saw what the traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara. So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. Not a moment too soon. Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
Okay.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently. Alright, you two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
Okay.
At the Avidia forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious. You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world. And yeah! So you do know! We've been wanting to ask you what that was about. And if the red sky was related... It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps, as you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukadevata disappeared after the disaster in Kanaria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable. A message from Greater Lord Rukadevata? King Deshret? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracy. Okay, so what does the message mean? I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even Greater Lord Rukadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it. Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to... So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick! But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems that the traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance. No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tavat's.
Nah,
To
kita
be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness. How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses? Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal. The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali, I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan. Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... No. Wonder Paimon felt something was off about her. What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in... That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But, however, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukudevata. So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they? Why don't you... In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukudevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the Academia is also more proficient at governing. Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at this. Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect. Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there.
Oke, tentang rencana para
There's never
seks.
been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. I wonder what caused them to go down this path, and what they hope to achieve. Even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And all the people of interest, I think they're deliberately trying to hide something. Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited. Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. But I'll have to be discreet, or they'll see me coming.
Oke.
You mean how the Akasha stops you? Yeah, it's been such a long... It's not that no one noticed. It's misdirection?
Bisa kan?
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom, even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, besides, Greater Lord Rukudevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to... Anyway, the perspective advocate by now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams. Got it. I hope my answers were satisfactory, seekers of knowledge. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the subsequent. Go and get some sleep. Leave everything. What a relief. This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever had.
Engkon.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
Ya, no.
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
I see. Oh, I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine. I better go. Thank
Oke. Pergilah.
We spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her.
Betul juga katanya.
We can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least...
Shut up. Kira terobay cincong asam.
Ad
Tidur
Astra
ya.
Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite...
Wait,
What?
say what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Maksud?
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this In that case, please go to Port Armos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Hey, that's not any better.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Hyman's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been submitting these...
Oh, the Commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Hmm,
Was it so obvious?
ya kan?
I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often. Ah, so it's Nahida. I just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head? From when she said, "Ad Astra Adasosk." So
Bukan.
it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. There's the night of flower. You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday. Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, no! We aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homiyanis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsol's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're like. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival. So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
Bukan. Mimpi kekosongan muslihat dimulai in bikini dan hilang lagi. Bagus. Gimana pula? Oh, di bawah sekarang, sebelum di atas, sekarang di bawah. Kan Greg mondar-mandir.
Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the safe? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, we're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
Rasuki.
I've already tried that, but all the key members of the Academia, even the core of 30 guards, it seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against. Have you already caught the sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to. In any case, I probably can't.
Oke, nyelinap ke kantor.
No way, that's too risky. You mean it'd be too easy to get
Kepengkop. Yes, maling.
No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that? That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
Tidak ada ide lagi.
Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already. According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal. Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make. Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages. You're saying we should recruit a spy?
Hmm.
Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Al-Haytham. He
Iya,
seems like he
Haytham.
acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't actually. I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sitaria? Sitaria? Paimon remembers now. Isn't
Oh
she
iya,
the one
yang
who's
itu.
always trailing behind the... We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could... Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu. I've always liked observing all kinds of people. And Sitaria, she was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia. Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most... The name Sitaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky soon after. The star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought the star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes. From the sound of it, Sitaria is just hung up on the research opportunities, but she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problem. Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore, right? We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as from my past observations. Sitaria will take a day off from the Academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots and have a quick chat.
Oke, let's go. Oke, guys. Mari kita guys. Pasti macam tuh. Oke, let's go langsung. Kumpulkan informasi, boy.
This should be Sitaria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we... No, I already have enough information on Sitaria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to hacking style and... My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over the divine voice of wisdom often echo... Huh? Really? Hida, you've been whispering...
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
Of course. In that case...
Nggak bisa. Angkon. Meong, cing.
It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods. Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Dio's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Those count?
Krek Paimon terlalu jujur.
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Jodoh wes, let's go.
Love prospects? No problem
Wes,
at all.
seracok. Yo jelas bermain di handphone, boy. Asik. Beramal jodoh, boy.
The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will fall for you.
Oh, boy.
Harut,
Banyak kali, boy, yang ingin berjodoh dengan ini. Ayaka siapapun nanti. Waduh.
read a fortune so absurd.
Halo bang, lagi main di handphone. Oh jelas, main di handphone ini.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is you've ever done.
Halo juga ya.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Heart and Mert on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse.
Craig itu punya baik jodoh re. Wah tadut. Oke lah.
I've never seen.
Langsung cangcing cong.
I've never seen.
Oke. Craig. Jodohnya banyak kali boy. Siapa ini? Ayaka, Nahida. Nahida jangan.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Oke. Oh,
Yep.
stand.
It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Oke. Halo Kang.
Dear customers, would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to...
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like...
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy. All our goods are sure to meet your every need.
Oke, terima kasih Pak Hakim. Ya, saatnya kita mencari informasi lagi boy. Untuk mengetahui yang biasanya dia akan berkunjung di mana saja untuk berbelanja. Ya berbelanja.
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. So she always... Nahida, you've really thought of everything. It's my duty to protect Samari's citizens, after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh?
Sorry, if I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement.
What an admirable spirit for learning.
Sure, but you'll find hard work.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Yes, that makes sense. Well, good luck.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student.
Oke, ternyata ada ruang bawah ininya bu. Ya ruang bawah apa? Bawah tanah, ya bawah tanah. Bukan hanya untuk istirahat para karyawan, tetapi juga untuk acara pribadi. Sedikit curiga.
Everybody?
Tapi oke lah.
3 familiar faces should be enough for Satari. What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told that Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems. So we must... I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's... Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels, and although she any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, she would definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would...
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Yep,
Go on.
possess them through the Akasha, imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret, and then convey our made-up will of King Deshret. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to...
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them.
Okay.
Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone.
That's
Betul.
no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
That is pretty convenient. But why does he have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
Nah, betul itu.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little...
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow after.
Oke, besok siang boy. Oke, kita cari tempat duduk. Kita duduk. Kita percepat. Tak perlu grinding karena sudah banyak. Nah, tadi diminta kapan? Sebentar. Oh, besok pukul 12. Oke. Kita langsung boy, seret. 12. Nah, ini saja. Let's go. Stop. Oke. Oke. Ini kembali. Sudah saatnya memulai jalan misi ini. Let's go.
Oh, here she comes. Sataria's here. Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say.
I'm starting to feel kind of nervous. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot.
Sembunyi. Oke. Krik sembunyi ya. Krik really. Sembunyi mesti sekali. Wah. Wah, langsung dirasuki ya.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right?
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there. Strange. Cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Harut dan
Ah,
Harut.
that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they?
Jangan sampai salah boy. Jangan sampai salah.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today?
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel...
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
Krik,
I
Paimon
hear
krik.
you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth.
Hmm.
The gods are asking, Cetaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Cetaria, why don't you just go home?
Hmm.
It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right
Lama.
now?
Aduh, bagaimana? Apa? Der apa jangkrik?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who
Oh,
is
that's
speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deshret.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such demand of me. Wait a second. King Deshret passed away a long time ago.
Sudah mangkap.
Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret still exist in real life?
Hmm.
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Menghilang. Oh, panik. Oh. Beruntung saja.
Oh, she just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset too. Well done. Cetaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core. Aw, Nahida, it seems like you all I know are some abstract Harabata theories. In any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utter.
Okay.
Anyway, enough of that.
Okay, let's go, kita kejar boy.
He's out of camp now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
Oke. Kita rasuki lagi. Jadi Indianya nih.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. I've been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love... Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port...
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that he has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those King Desh...
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or King Deshret? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret, and now you spend all your time with those crooks.
Akeem, you don't mean... You've also...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! I had no idea you'd be so good at this. You really zeroed in on the issue. statue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit, but once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway,
Terakhir boy, let's go, jangan sampai terciduk.
come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan.
Oke, ini aku percepat ini. Rasuki.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Menghabiskan baik waktu deh.
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to King Deshret as well.
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who work side by side with the Academia.
Please stop!
Lari. Kira serangan mental boy.
Now Sataria's still trying to run from her problems. She can no longer justify everything to herself. Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do? This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Macho right away.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many
Rasuki.
residents to their side.
Shut up.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's
Miss Zataria, nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
King Deshret is immortal, and all who you must face the truth, Zataria. You tread a treacherous path, child of King Deshret. Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Zataria, why haven't you gone home?
Krik kena serangan mental, Krik. Wah, wush. Sadar, oke.
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children. No matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
Belum terlambat untuk bertobat. Jangan.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret? Or are you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia and its sages, and to correct them. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this. Please tell me, what can I do for you?
Akhirnya kita berhasil memilikinya.
How much do you know about the sage's current activity?
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zerus festival. But I know very little about the full scope
Krik,
of
ada
the
telepon.
project. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements.
Krik, sebentar, ada yang telepon. Saya kedeng. Assalamualaikum, halo, ya ada apa ya? Gas. Oh, oh ini biasa si gedeng. Biasa aku baru bangun tidur. Oh, bocor. Bocor. Iya, tidak bocor. Ya. Hah? Iya, dapur ya. Oh, apa? Iya, iya, tidak ada. Motor seharusnya ada tetesan air. Ya, tidak ada, aman. Assalamualaikum. Krik, krik, ayahku akan.
However, there's something that's been really bothering me.
Aduh, ini kemana tuh? Nah,
The scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite wary of him.
krik, krik. Maaf ya, tadi ada ini ayahku biasa. Telepon ayahku. Oke, kita lanjutkan lagi. Terakhir sampai mana? Oh ya, yang tentang ini ya. Oke, lanjut.
To fight against the academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see. Let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
The academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean...
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe.
Just as Nahida
Sore.
predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our city. The Traveler's execution was ingenious. He's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hitch. Hey, but if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of wisdom and guardian of the scholars? Hmm? No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet.
Oke, besok malam. Lanjut lagi. Putar lagi. Mutar-mutar besok malam lah, susar. 19 ya, 19. Nah, ini saja 19.54. Tidur boy, tidur brutal. Tidur brutal. Krik, krik. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Oke, sip. Nice job. Sudah malam. Wes tidur kok Alex. Oke, let's go. Saatnya kita ke atas. Temuin Nahida.
Catherine, we're here! Oh, that's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind. Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just if something were to happen. My existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence. Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you?
Mulai
No, I think he's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual.
Gitu.
If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the documents. I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as well. Regardless, as long as you're here with...
Oke. Walaupun bukankah seharusnya kalian curiga?
There really are many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
Bukankah seharusnya kalau seperti macam ini bukankah semakin berbahaya ya? Biasanya tiba-tiba ada jebakan ini. Bau-bau trap. Ya, saya mencium bau-bau jebakan di sini. Siap-siap bertarung, boy. Itar, siapkan pedangmu, Itar. Kita akan bergelut ini sebentar lagi sepertinya. Jadi persiapkan. Rasanya belum 100% nih aku yakin dengan perempuan itu. Tiba-tiba muncul pula para penjaga.
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
The triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor.
Here we go again.
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Samira City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people. Leave now. You need to get out of here. But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here. Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
Komunitas kue maju lah.
We'll meet again outside of the city.
No.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
Gosh, here we go again. Craig, kenapa kita harus bertemu dengan orang ini? Terlalu banyak plot twist, asem. Oke, run, boy.
This should be far enough. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor. Yeah, now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis? Yeah, things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right? You mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work even though he turned it down at the time? He might still... There's no time to lose.
Let's go. Klik 200. Oke, skip. Langsung teleportasi, boy. Kesini saja langsung. Krik. Plot twist, boy. Ternyata Patui ikut. Patui atau Patui, ya itulah. Krik, plot twist. Ironi di atas ironi. Hai. Gak bisa diambil kah? Oke. Ada ini baru aneh bicarakan. Oke. Kita ambil dahulu, boys. Lagi dekat, kita ambil dahulu. Jatuh. Ambil. Nah, ambil. Ini apa ini? Ada minute ruang bawah apa ini? Curiga. Oke. Kita akan bertemu dengan pergi ke Grandeur Field. Nah, itulah masanya.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you, all right. Take a look around.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the...
The outcast? An outcast from the academia? Well, why wouldn't the Doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you up soon.
Here we go again.
You're up, traveler!
Maju kalian, asik posenya yang sebelumnya.
Following order. New punishing. Scatter!
Kesalahan besar, boy. Kontol. Sodo. Menyala bangku. Ada yang lompat. Maju. Ini pula ini bermain apa ini, fatal mungkin. Kau. Aduh. Kau. Boleh. Dasar kau.
Isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Ada berapa ini? Ayolah. Maju kalian semua. Saya tidak takut. Lihat apa ini aku?
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenary? Yeah. Looks like we'll have to keep. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep.
Oke, let's go. Kita tak punya pilihan lain, boy. Kita harus bertemu dengan Tignari. Tignari, I need you. Where are you? Yeah. Oh, aman. Oke. Tignari, where are you? I need you. I need help. Please. Oh, ini dia. Hello, Coley.
Oh, it's the traveler in Paimon. What do you two do? Hooray! It's nice to see you again. Are you doing?
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. As a result, Master Tainari has taken me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people.
Oh, Kale.
Sedih.
Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him.
Oh, Master Tainari? You just left the Avidia Forest a little while.
He left? But isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia?
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above No, I only found out that he... to leave in such a hurry? I guess he had something urgent to take. Master Tainari originally studied in the Immorta Darshan of the Academia. And part of Stiais, I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of it. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's TI.
Jaga dirimu.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. Have you run into Master Tainari?
Got it. Will do. See you later.
Selamat tinggal, Coley. Oke, langsung Paradise, boy. Di mana ini? Jangan klik jauhnya. Beruntung saja sebelumnya aku grinding dan kali ini teleportasi. Let's go lah. Klik beruntung ada teleportasi. Saya keren foto dahulu. Cekrek. Asik. Di fotonya bagus tapi di lightnya anjir berbeda jauh sih.
Wait! Look who it is! Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey! This was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment!
Actually, it's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened.
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some
I wouldn't be relieved, just I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals.
Maybe it's only a matter of time until. Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the end. Feels like he's toying with us. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make. We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way. Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to? Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced her destination by looking at the direction. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sage is what? Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Okay, let's go. Ignore, where are you? I need you. I need help you. Where are you? Terus itu buku-buku. Misi, ambil, asik. Oke, lanjut lagi. Ignore, where are you? I need you. Oh, salah, lebih tinggi lagi. Itu di mana nih? Oh, yang ini. Ignore, I need you.
Traveler? It is you!
Ah, it's Apesia!
What a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see.
Who's this? She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here,
Apesia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest... Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pariporna life?
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others when my consciousness made contact with the gods.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection.
You can do that? I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my...
Hold on. I brought some spirit-born ale with me. This is...
we're using that incense again?
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay.
Okay, ready. Let's go.
Ready?
Yes. Come on. Wah. Wah. Fly. Fly. Klik amigo, klik. Bukan amigo.
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
Here we go again. Wah, nggak kira wajahnya kenapa seperti itu asem.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know about him. But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god. Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periportal life, but rather...
Ah! You! Why are you so mean to me? What is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Nama mulai lagi.
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait, have I already lost my mind?
You'll be alright. Ya, no, pertemanannya putus. Ya, sudah, tidur.
Wait, something isn't right.
Ya, tambah masalah. No, Nahida menjadi donat. No, kenapa harus menjadi donat?
Okay, we finally lost him. Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the cavern puppet was destroyed. After that, Kainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think that... Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, the doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
No! Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still... Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from the alchemical Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was but she isn't with us anymore.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Suristana, correct? Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the traveler's body, is...
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side. So...
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
That. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about it. All I know is that the project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why...
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of a...
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardis DI and began searching. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Madra to the desert. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never... But I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation. The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for... But then, what is the connection between creating a new...
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tainari?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Ribat. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
Oke. Iya. 700 meter. Tidak. Oke. Kita sudahi dahulu ya. Karena sebentar lagi di tempatku ini ini sudah azan asyar. Jadi ya kita sudah dahulu ya. Baterai sudah mulai tinang-tinung. Jadi ya bye bye.